The Nightbeat starts right now.
It was 2 months ago when 80-year-old Heidi Silkworth was killed after being caught in the crossfire of a shooting downtown. She was in a car leaving a graduation ceremony at the Alamo Dome when she was shot on Cesar Chavez Boulevard near Southtown. Tonight, San Antonio police say they've arrested the teenagers that allegedly killed her. 19-year-old Jacob Rios and an unidentified 16-year-old are being charged with murder. Chief William McManus says the two were arrested just a few hours ago. McManus also shedding light on the moments leading up to the shooting, claiming the teens had just robbed someone near the scene that night. The victim they tried to rob was armed and began chasing and shooting at them. That is the crossfire that killed Silkworth. McManus said those teens could still face more charges and the investigation is still active. Chief McManus was pressed if this kind of crime is trending in San Antonio. He said no, and that this is not a hot spot. But he added that additional police units have been put near the scene of that murder in recent weeks to give peace of mind to the people who live, work, and visit that part of downtown. While police announced the arrest of 2 alleged killers, they're still looking for one more from a different case. Investigators say there's still someone on the loose who shot and killed a 17-year-old boy during a drug deal last night. It happened in the 900 block of East Dalnig Court. That's on the southeast side. The teen was with one other person who was detained at the scene after running away. Meanwhile, that suspect left the scene in a black car. The identities of everyone involved have still not been released. Police have also charged a man with intoxication assault after they say he ignored a red light, then hit 2 other cars. It happened just before midnight last night at the intersection of East Commerce and North General McMullen. 2 women in one of those cars had to be rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. The 30-year-old suspect also taken to the hospital. He will be booked into the Bexar County Jail when he no longer requires medical attention. The devastating death of a 17-year-old Seguin High School student still rippling through the South Texas community. Chloe Belichick was killed in a crash 2 days ago. The night team Zaria Oates tells us Chloe's family and friends came together tonight to honor her and the legacy she's left behind.
If you could say one thing to Chloe right now, what would it be?
I love you, and I am proud of you.
Chloe Belichick's parents, Chrissy and Brian, still in shock 2 days after their 17-year-old daughter died in a car crash.
But we miss her already.
San Marcos police say the car Chloe was riding in was hit and stranded in the middle of the road. Moments later, a pickup truck rear-ended the car she was in, sending her to the hospital, where she later died.
Tragedy is devastating.
Her uncle Matthew is one of more than 100 people who honored Chloe at their family's church this weekend.
We are gathered today to celebrate Chloe Belichick's life, this beautiful, determined, kind-hearted soul that touched all of us.
She really touched so many people's heart.
It makes you feel good as a parent that I guess I did do something right.
Chloe played volleyball and softball, and her family tells me she was active in the church. Among the sports she played and activities she loved, the Seguin community remembers Chloe by the kind of person she was.
Her light and her spirit and her smile and her love.
Smart, hardworking.
With written memories and hugs, the Seguin community will always remember Chloe Belichick.
Pretty dang proud.
Well, the ever-popular TikTok social media app is under fire again. Court filings show the DOJ is concerned that TikTok's algorithm could allow the Chinese government to influence voters. That new filing is in response to a federal lawsuit TikTok brought against the federal government back in May, which was an attempt to block a law that could result in a national ban of the app. That law they're trying to stop says TikTok has until mid-January to find a new owner or it will be banned from the U.S. TikTok has not commented on the DOJ's findings. Last month, Toyota recalled over 100,000 trucks and SUVs over engine issues, and now they say they're going to have to replace each one. This applies to some model year 2022 and 23 Tundra pickup trucks and Lexus GX SUVs. Good news for the owners, though, you won't have to pay for anything. Toyota says the owners should be notified by the end of the month.
All right, let's take a look outside with live cam this Saturday night. Things are pretty quiet here in San Antonio after we did manage to find a few isolated showers pushed across parts of the Alamo City earlier this afternoon. The better rainfall totals were generally found east of I-35 and south of I-10 though today. We'll take a look at those coming up in just a little bit. We have one more chance to find some spotty downpours before those rain chances come down and we return to a more typical summertime pattern into the upcoming week. So tomorrow, a 30% chance first thing, 7 a.m. and then by lunchtime and into the afternoon, we'll bump it up to a 40% potential to find a few more hit or miss showers and downpours before the weekend is over. Don't cancel any of your Sunday plans. Just keep the umbrella handy should you briefly need to use it. Other than that, highs in the upper 80s, near 90 expected here in town tomorrow afternoon, but we will start to see those changes work in early next week, really by Monday, as that big blue H high pressure moves back into the Lone Star State. So we will be trending drier and hotter, highs climbing into the 90s. And we also will need to monitor for a plume of Saharan dust that could haze up parts of the south central Texas sky by the middle of the week. So we're going to time out all those details coming up a little bit later on.
Yeah, somewhere else they desperately need rain. Northern California, hundreds of firefighters working around the clock there to contain a massive fire. The Park Fire has scorched through 500 square miles, making it the 7th largest fire in the Golden State's history. ABC's Johnny Fernandez takes us through that damage so far.
The Park Fire in Northern California burning an area larger than Los Angeles. Authorities say what began as a suspected case of arson is now 0% contained. The flames fueled by extremely dry conditions, gusty winds, and one of the hottest summers on record.
There was just a perfect wave of everything coming together to make aggressive fire behavior. From the slope, the terrain, topography.
At least 130 structures have already burned, thousands more threatened.
The sheer number of wildfires burning is absolutely staggering. We have 100 in the U.S., 900 in Canada. That's why we have so much smoke in both countries, basically, causing hazy skies out there. The most concentrated smoke, though, right near that explosive Park Fire. You could wake up to an orange, reddish, kind of Mars-like appearance to the sky.
ABC's Jacqueline Lee is in the fire zone.
This fire has consumed everything in its path, including what's left of this house. The fireplace, the only thing left standing, and in the kitchen, it's still smoldering.
More than 4,000 people under evacuation orders in Butte County.
I can assure you that we are working very closely with our counterparts in CAL FIRE to get those places opened as soon as we possibly can. There are a lot of factors that we ultimately have to consider, and the first and foremost is whether or not it is safe to allow people to return.
Jen Robbins lost everything in 2017 during the campfire in nearby Paradise. These pictures show how close the flames came as she and her daughter escaped through a tunnel of fire.
I don't know how I was able to drive here, but I was shaking so hard and just crying. When I arrived here, I just got out of the vehicle and collapsed and was throwing up.
And that extreme heat helping to fuel those fires in the west is expected to spread across the country, with above average temperatures forecast from coast to coast through the first week of August. Johnny Fernandez, ABC News, New York.
Well, it is almost time to head back to school, but for some families, that's a lot easier said than done. What's being done to make sure all students are prepared and how you can get your little one help too.
Nearly 1.9 million people are newly diagnosed with cancer each year. Here's how you can help in San Antonio. On Sunday, July 28th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center is partnering with Big Love Cancer Care to hold a blood drive at Chicken and Pickle. More than a quarter of blood supply is used by patients battling cancer, and Brooke Phillips was one of them.
We went through 2 years of treatment through chemotherapy, a bone marrow transplant, and she changed the lives of everybody that was around her. They're really strained for blood donations. I mean, I can't even find the words to express how valuable that is for a person to donate blood. This is a part of who we are as Texans.
More details on the blood drive are up right now on KSAT.com. And if you can't attend the event on Sunday, South Texas Blood and Tissue has open availability. We have the links to that on KSAT.com.
Organizers behind a back-to-school health and resource fair say our community needs this help more now than ever. San Antonio District 3 partnered with Texas District 119 and the Child Advocates of San Antonio to host that back-to-school giveaway on the east side. Families there told our Devin Karp this help makes an enormous difference.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Whether you've got 6 kids who need to start waking up early again,
I like getting to see my friends. I just hate going back to school and learning.
or one getting ready for her first day of kindergarten.
Is this helping you?
It's helping me. It helped a whole lot.
Going back to school isn't always an easy ordeal.
What kept you coming back for this year?
Well, see, and like you said, a lot of them can't afford it, and sometimes, like right now, times are hard.
Organizers behind today's health and resource fair say they've heard from families who are struggling to get ready for school to start again.
What we want to do is lower the stress for parents, because if we lower the stress, then you lower the chances that something's going to happen in the home.
San Antonio's District 3 is partnered with Texas District 119 and the Children's Advocates of San Antonio to host this back-to-school event with all of these local resources.
We really want it to be a wider view into the community we live in.
City Councilman Phyllis Villagran says so many people aren't aware of the organizations that can help them with their health, their wallet, or putting dinner on the table that are right in their backyard.
They're visiting all of them and learning about what the city and the community has to offer.
All while saving families time and money.
What is it like to be able to bring all of them and kind of have a one-stop shop where you can go through everything you need?
It's nice, and they have so many resources out here that it's helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
Because a new backpack can mean so much more than just something to put your books in.
Does it make you feel like more confident walking into school?
Yes.
As some people try to spread the word that help is out there, and there's nothing wrong with using it.
Stop being so tough. Stop holding on to pride and come out and do what you enjoy and get to what the kids need.
I'm Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Fueling up that confidence. Love it. Parents, if you need help preparing your student for the upcoming school year, there are lots more giveaways to look out for. If you want to learn more about how to get help for your student, just scan the QR code on your screen right now. I love that. Just go out there, get stuff that makes you feel confident.
That was the best thing ever. Yeah, I feel more confident with my new gear.
Of course.
Right before, I can't believe we're already getting
I know,
close
don't even
to
start.
back to school.
I can't.
Wait, we'll just change the topic. How about that? How about
It's hot.
It's hot. It's gonna be hot.
But it's gonna be hotter.
It's gonna be hotter into the upcoming week. Over the past week, though, we've seen a nice breath of fresh air, a change of pace, thanks to these daily chances for some spotty rain here and there, the added cloud cover. Temperatures have been slightly cooler than average, and yes, we have seen some much-needed rain fall across portions of South Central Texas. So speaking of which, I want to show you what we've seen so far this month. Our average for the month of July is about 2.41 inches of rain officially here in San Antonio. We've already seen over 3 inches so far in July 2024. So it is going to be an above average month in the rainfall department, and of course a lot better than where July of 2023 measured in just last year, 0.17. It was a below average month. So glad that we were able to see those numbers trend in the right direction this year, especially at a time of year where we wouldn't really expect it as much. Generally today, the lucky winners of finding some rain east of I-35 and south of I-10. A nice pocket in southwestern Gonzales County, just to the north of Smiley, picking up over 3 inches of rain, estimated here by your authority radar. Near Floresville, about 0.05 of an inch. Near Karn City and just west of Highway 181, a little pocket of 2 inches being estimated. For us here in San Antonio, it was not necessarily very widespread. We had close to a few hundredths of an inch near the downtown area earlier this afternoon. Rain was a little bit more harder to come by the farther west that you went, but a nice little downpour west of Uvalde dropped just under 0.5 of an inch of rain this Saturday. Now you can see things are pretty quiet. A lot of this green is just radar noise. Whatever was left out there on authority radar has really started to wind down now that we've lost that daytime heat from the sun. I think over the next several hours we will be pretty quiet as well. but it's possible we see a slight uptick in a few downpours that could be possible and could develop ahead of sunrise. First thing tomorrow morning, we're going to call it about a 40% potential to find some additional spotty downpours. Not going to be for everybody throughout the day, but by noon, it's possible we see some of that near Bernie, Canyon Lake, San Marcos, even out there near Uvalde and Concan. So all things considered, yes, keep the umbrella handy, but know that not everybody is going to need to use it. More of the same. Hit or miss in nature into the afternoon, and then like today after the sun goes down, we'll start to see the remaining activity fizzle out as well. So a 40% chance for the back half of the weekend's plans. Then after that, rain chances pretty much drop off as those temperatures start to crank up into next week for the final few days of July and start to August. So here are those changes. Low pressure system that's now moving into the Midwest. That's been the main catalyst behind these different chances for rain that we've seen over the past 7 to 8 days. That's going to continue to work away from the Lone Star State. Big Blue H high pressure then moves in. So that's why we are expecting that more typical summertime pattern to return. We're near 90 by tomorrow afternoon, but then the mid to even upper 90s are expected. So closer to seasonable, especially by the middle to later portions of next week. By the way, that is also the time frame really by Wednesday morning where we are expecting a slightly thicker plume of Saharan dust to work in from the south. Oftentimes, this just creates a hazy sky for us here in south central Texas and could also spark some very colorful and vibrant sunrises and sunsets. But in the more severe cases, it can sometimes affect those with allergies, unusually sensitive respiratory systems. So that's going to be something to check back in on in the days ahead. With the sunshine returning, you'll likely notice that haze by Wednesday morning. Coming up the next half hour, Courtney, we're going to do a deep dive into how the aquifer is doing, area lakes and reservoirs, and also the latest drought monitor following this rain that we've seen.
Better than last year, I'll guess.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks. All right, Nick, we talked to Mary, and she's in California, so the Dallas Cowboys officially have started training camp.
Yeah, that's the way you got to do it. You got to talk to Mary. She's going to give you all the details you need to know. It's kind of confusing lately, but there was no mistake this morning when the fanfare came out for the opening ceremony. Our Larry Ramirez, he's also there. He's going to break it all down. You're not going to want to miss it. Plus, the Houston Texans have some new energy for one of their newest players. So stay with us.
Happy Saturday and welcome to Oxnard, California, as we continue to cover Dallas Cowboys training camp with a lot of fans in the stands. Camp officially kicked off this morning with the opening ceremony. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders got the crowd pumped up, and then it was time for the mayor of Oxnard to address the crowd. He thanked the fans and the Cowboys for coming back to Oxnard, and then Jerry took the mic.
This is the longest that we, over the last 35 years, the longest we've stayed in training camp will be our approximately a month here. So it's wonderful to be with you. I feel at home, and the Cowboys do too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Once the opening ceremony was over with, the Cowboys took to both fields behind me to run some plays with the fans looking on.
Let's go, Cowboys!
The practice session was a light one and very relaxed. They went through game situations, and the only guys wearing helmets were those with radios inside for communicating. After practice, some of the players went down to the fence line to sign autographs and take pictures. Always an exciting moment for those fans. Star rusher Micah Parsons is lighter than he was last season. He told the media he's dropped some weight and is down to 240 pounds. And he responded to criticism saying his production dropped off in the playoffs by saying not true, and that team's game plan for him to take him out. Parsons is always striving to be his best.
You know, the goals of mine is always obvious and always it's always to be the best in everything I do. So that's always leading my team to the playoffs, win the Super Bowl, be the best defensive player in the league. And usually when you do all those things usually follow suit. So I just got to take one step in front of the other, take one game at a time, dominate, do what I have to do, get a win, go to playoffs, and all that stuff will add up.
Wearing number 15, running back Ezekiel Elliott has returned to the team that drafted him. Zeke is 29 years old and entering his 9th NFL season, so attending training camp is a blessing for Zeke.
Fun about being here in year 8 or 9 is just, the shelf life of, an NFL player is 3 years. So, every snap, every year, one more year I get is a blessing. And I mean, and just being out here with these guys. Right now, the focus is the now. The focus is, you know, having as much fun as I can, and you know, I don't know how many more of these I'm gonna have, and just taking advantage of being here and living in the moment.
Welcome back, Zeke. All right, so the Cowboys will practice again tomorrow, and we're also scheduled to sit down and go one-on-one with Dallas Cowboys team owner Jerry Jones. You can watch that on instant replay. That's it from California. Let's send it back to Nick Mantis in the studio. Nick?
Thanks, Larry. That's a full fun day right there in Cali. Well, back here in Texas, the Houston Texans were doing their welcome back to their fans this morning, and the rain didn't bother those who came out to see Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs continue to make highlight reel catches. As for another touchdown-getting guy, Dalton Schultz, he's loving the energy that Diggs has brought to the team already this year.
Dude, it's been great. Like having that juice, that emotion, that like you can just tell like he's competitive as hell. Like when he steps out, like he wants to like just win everything all the time. Like he wants to win the race jogging off the field. Like he's just that kind of dude. And when you surround yourself with guys like that, like it's contagious. And so I think he's been really beneficial for the offense as a whole.
Well, coming up later on, former Wagner basketball star, now WNBA player Kiana Williams had a school supplies giveaway. You're not going to want to miss it.
I love when the athletes get involved. It's amazing.
It is.
All right. Thank you, Nick. See you in a bit. Well, it has been almost 2 months since the county rolled out a new court filing system called Odyssey. That rollout caused a lot of issues. 2 local judges tell us about those persistent problems next on the Nightbeat.
We don't have any information as to when there's an end in sight.
It is very frustrating because, defendants are not getting resolution to their cases. Victims are not getting resolution to their case in court.
2 local judges sounding off about the problems they're still dealing with thanks to a new court filing system called Odyssey. When that transfer took place 2 months ago now, major problems came up across all departments that deal with criminal case files. As Erica Hernandez reports, those in the courtroom say justice has stalled.
On May 30th, the Odyssey case manager rolled out in Bexar County. And while the new multi-million-dollar software was needed, it has caused problems at the county jail, magistrate's office, and inside courtrooms. Almost 2 months later,
it has tied our hands completely. It ties the hands of the judges. We can't look up things the way we were accustomed to looking up.
Bexar County Court 13 Judge Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez, along with 226 District Court Judge Belia Mesa, echoing the same complaints. Odyssey has slowed down day-to-day workflow in their courtrooms.
It's slowed down to a crawl. If where before I could set 60 cases or 70 cases on a Monday, now we're doing about half of that.
When we asked the judges about what has been done when an issue is brought up, they say nothing.
When I reach out to court administration to report a problem, that's where my part ends, because I don't know what they do and how the county is working to fix it. I really don't.
I think the most frustrating part of this whole ordeal has been no one's returning emails, no one is returning calls, but that's not something new, Erica. It's kind of how it is here at the county. There's a lack of communication.
Judge Speedlin Gonzalez goes further and says they have been threatened if they complain.
Don't make a big stink. Don't talk to the media, which is what I'm doing, because we'll remember you at budget time. That's the message that's been given to us, which I find completely unprofessional, very thuggish. How dare you threaten the safety of our community because we're raising concerns about a system that isn't working.
Recently, we got to look at that contract between the county and Tyler Technologies, the company who created Odyssey. We found out that contract was signed on April 23rd, 2019, and it cost the county $20.3 million. Now, we reached out to the county for response on those complaints the judges had. They say they are looking into them and will get back to us with an answer. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, switching gears now and heading back outside with live cam tonight. We have a few clouds in place, partly cloudy skies. Temperatures have already managed to drop into the upper 70s right now, and they'll continue to fall a few degrees. I think we'll start off our Sunday morning in the mid 70s by 7 a.m. Let's talk tropics. We were talking about Saharan dust a little bit earlier in the newscast. That's something that we typically monitor this time of year, as well as what's going on in the Atlantic Basin and the Gulf of Mexico. We are here where this white line is. Again, hurricane season running officially from June 1st through November 30th, with the peak close to about September 10th. So we're getting closer to what we know as the climatological peak of hurricane season. I bring this up because there is a new area to watch in the far western Atlantic and now into the Caribbean. The National Hurricane Center giving this orange area near the Lesser Antilles, near the Caribbean, Dominican Republic, and the Bahamas a 40% chance for tropical development over the next 7 days. As of right now, this is not a concern for us here in South Central Texas, but it is something that we will closely be monitoring over the next week or so. By the way, the next name on the list for tropical storm or hurricane names is Debbie. So we'll continue to keep you posted on that on air and on KSAT.com. One more chance for some spotty rain tomorrow. Before those rain chances are out of the forecast into next week, we'll have those details coming up a little bit later on.
All right, thank you so much, Mia. Well, a new study is shedding light on how too much internet usage can affect a teenager's brain. This is the Senate takes steps forward on 2 bipartisan bills to protect adolescents online. Brian Abel reports on the study's findings and the path forward.
Teens diagnosed with internet addiction often struggle with muddled attention spans. A new study in the journal PLOS Mental Health could explain why. Neuroimaging uncovered disrupted signals between brain regions that are important for controlling attention and working memory. The findings are similar to the ABCD study by Professor of Psychology Dr. Chandra Sripada and others, who says understanding the internet's impact on our brains is an important first step towards battling potential addiction.
If you know what the markers of vulnerability are, you can prevent an individual by intervening in the interim. You can prevent an individual from developing the full-blown addiction syndrome.
In Washington, the Senate waging its own battle, taking steps this week towards passing 2 bipartisan bills aimed at protecting kids online.
Predators can exploit or target kids. And for kids who struggle with mental health, social media can magnify their anguish.
One bill focuses on improving privacy. The second requires social media companies to provide better protections for minors. That includes giving guardians more control and limiting certain features like autoplay.
The technology companies have brainiacs that they've hired. That's all on one side. And on the other side, you've got a teenager. And the competition is not fair.
In Washington, I'm Brian Abel reporting.
Well, coming up, we're talking politics without passing judgment. It's the goal of our newest series, Your Voice South Texas. Our first stop, Uvalde, to find out what's motivating voters there. Tonight, we kick off our first episode of Your Voice South Texas. Our new series is about politics without passing judgment. For the next few months, we're going on a listening tour, visiting different parts of our region to hear the things you're most concerned about. Our first stop is Uvalde.
Now that we're in Uvalde, it's important to get to exactly where the people are. So we're coming here to the Townhouse Restaurant, which is on East Main Street, right in the middle of everything here in Uvalde. This restaurant has been around for 40 years, serving the people of Uvalde. And this is where a lot of people come together, especially during lunchtime.
My most concern is the border.
Okay. What about it specifically?
I live in an area where I have them coming up my lane and in my yard.
Has that happened before?
Yes, it has, several times.
We live several miles out in the country from Uvalde, and we've had migrants come through our home. We have helicopters flying around our home at all hours of the night and day. We've had the road closed down several times, our Border Patrol and Highway Patrol, because of issues that they've had with migrants.
All I care about is the democracy, and if Trump is a better man, then I hope he does get elected. You see what I'm saying? If he's going to be the better for democracy. And if not, then I don't want him. Same thing with Biden. All I'm protecting in my book is democracy. That's our image.
That's your line.
That's my life. I love the USA to death.
My light bill has been higher than ever in my life. That's one thing I've noticed. The gas prices, they go down for a little bit, but then go back up.
But do you think that you're going to vote?
No.
Do you think you listen to other people too who disagree with you?
Sure.
And are you willing to say, okay, you have a point there. I don't agree with you, but
I have to. If I don't, I've put myself in a box and I've closed off, and I'm no better than anyone else. I have to listen to, because I'm certainly not a knower of all. I have to be open-minded enough to listen to other people's truths as well, because what I believe is not always perfect. I have to listen.
Well, that is just a snippet of the conversations we had in Uvalde. They were all upset about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. They also mentioned the need to see humanity in people and to work together to improve our country. Scan this QR code to watch our episode of Your Voice South Texas. If you need a reason to feel hopeful about political discourse, you'll want to see this episode. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you had a great start to the weekend, and for those across the coastal plain, saw a little bit of rain earlier today because of the different rounds of rain that we've seen push across south central Texas really over the past 8 to 9 days. We're really starting to see some benefit to that when it comes to our area lakes, rivers, reservoirs, and of course the Edwards Aquifer. Take a look at this. Since July 18th, so last Thursday, the aquifer is up 7 feet. That's great to see. 636.4 today's reading. We're still below the July average of 659.5, but again, trending in the right direction. And that is also the case for Canyon Lake, 57.5% full as of the latest reading. It is up, though, over a foot since this time last week. Medina Lake up over 5.5 feet, but still has a very, very long way to go. Still at about 3.6% full, 88 feet below the conservation pool. Something else that we've seen some improvement to, the drought monitor. This was last week's update, and of course we were still dealing with these 2 different pockets, most notably of red, which is extreme drought. I want to pay attention to the Del Rio area, Bracketville out there in Kinney County near the Rio Grande. I'm going to fade on the new drought monitor update in case you missed it, that came out on Thursday, and notice that has been erased out across our far western counties, still replaced with severe drought. So we have some more work to do, but at least we are also starting to see some improvements to that as well. Now, an important note here is that the data each week for these updates is cut off at 7 a.m. on Tuesday. And we did see some rainfall totals after that time frame that were not included in this past week's drought monitor update. Take a look at some of those totals again. Since 7 a.m. Tuesday, 0.68 here in San Antonio, 2 inches in Leakey over there in Real County, 4.55 inches in Bandera, 0.43 in Pearsall. So all of these totals are going to be included in the next update that comes out this coming Thursday, and it's possible we see some more improvements there. So drought denting rain, definitely something that we will welcome at this point with the prolonged drought that's been in place for the past several years. One more chance to find some hit or miss showers, a couple of downpours tomorrow, and then we start to see that high pressure work back in. Rain chances come down, and focus is going to be on temperatures into next week, along with some Saharan dust that works in by the middle of the week. So here's the latest version of your futurecast again by about 4 to 5 a.m. ahead of sunrise tomorrow morning. It's possible we start to see a few downpours develop along and east of I-35. Into the hill country by lunchtime, a few isolated downpours certainly possible. The biggest thing to monitor with this activity, like the past several days, pockets of heavy rain, perhaps some isolated lightning and thunder. Again, keep the umbrella handy. Not everybody needs to use it. Don't cancel your end of the weekend plans, but definitely keep your eye to the sky and know that we may need to dodge a quick shower or downpour by the time all is said and done. Those rain chances starting to come to an end after sunset. until then, we are in the upper 70s right now here in San Antonio, 78 degrees. We're going to start off in the mid 70s by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, around 74 by 7 a.m., 82 your lunchtime temperature, and then there's that high topping off near 90. I think we could reach the low to mid 90s across our western counties, mainly west of I-35, where rain chances may not be quite as high tomorrow. And then after that, mid to upper 90s will be a common theme as we get ready to turn the calendar page over to the month of August.
No.
I know.
Okay.
Typically one of our hottest months.
It's fine. We're doing fine. We got the rain.
This past week was nice.
Yes.
We'll take it.
We will take it. All right. Thanks, Mia. Okay, Nick, so we know the Dallas Cowboys held their opening ceremony for training camp this morning.
Yeah, Courtney, the Cowboys, they always know how to put on a show. And our Mary Rominger was there, and she spoke with an offensive lineman who was in a competition for his starting spot. Plus, Wagner alum and WNBA star Kiana Williams was back in town giving away school supplies to her community. Wait till you hear from her when we come back. Well, the Dallas Cowboys training camp had a huge opening ceremony this morning, which kind of felt like the official start to training camp. The world-famous Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders put on a performance, and owner Jerry Jones awarded the city of Oxnard a check for $25,000. Our Mary Rominger was there, and she has more on the Cowboys' new offensive line. What's up, Mary?
Hey, Nick. The Dallas Cowboys brought back veteran offensive lineman Chuma Edoga for another season once the departure of Tyron Smith became a reality. And so far, 3 practices into training camp, Edoga has been a first-team left tackle. We caught up with him right after the team's mock game today, which was open to the public.
Just taking it day by day, you know, owning my role, whatever that role is. You know, we got a great guy in TG, you know, first rounder. Guy's a monster, man. Big guy, can move, real agile, real sudden with his movement. So, you know, whatever help he needs to be able to be ready for this season, I'm going to give it to him. And we got other guys like T. Steele, Tyler Smith now being a veteran, Zach Martin just to help him out any way he can.
And how are you feeling? How does the group feel right now?
We feel great. You know, it's a great tradition with Cowboys O-line, you know. So we're just trying to carry on to that tradition, which we had guys that left, you know, like a big hole we got to fill with Tyron leaving, but you know, we know the standards, so we just got to come in every day and put in the work.
Now, there are several interesting position battles to keep an eye on throughout Dallas Cowboys training camp, but the one between Edoga and first-round draft pick Tyler Guyton will be an interesting one. Back to you, Nick.
It's all about, man, you have to establish and you have to work to create an identity each and every year. So that's what this camp is about. That's what preseason will be about. It's like, man, who are we when we step on the field in 2024? Who are the Texans, right? And it should look different. It should look better than where we were before.
D'Amico Ryans isn't comparing last year's squad to this one. He's already locked in on making this season better than last season. And his guys has been showing some chippiness over the last few practices. They're already ready to hit somebody else on August 1st when they take on the Chicago Bears in the Pro Football Hall of Fame game. Well, back here in San Antonio, WNBA star and Wagner alum Kiana Williams was back at her old stomping grounds this afternoon. She held her inaugural Kiana Williams Back to School drive, part of her newly founded Kiana Williams Family Foundation. There were backpacks, markers, you name it, she had it. And when chatting with our photojournalist Mark Mendez, she shared what inspired her to do something like this.
It's a great feeling. You know, one of my love languages is gift giving. So the ability to give to others, and I know they're in need, it's a really great feeling. And I'm just super thankful that I have this platform to do that. So it's my alma mater, is where I grew up, and it's like, why not give back to the kids in my community? Because I had people help me when I was younger, so I want to, you know, pay it forward and keep giving back.
Kiana is currently on a 7-day contract with the Seattle Storm, and after the break for the Olympics, she'll head back up to Seattle, hoping to impress the coaching staff and earn a contract throughout the rest of the WNBA season.
Impressing them, but also impressing us
Exactly.
constantly. She's just incredible. I'm so glad that she came back and shared that with everybody. All right, thanks so much, Nick.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.
All right, a few spotty downpours possible at times tomorrow. Then after that, temperatures back in the mid to even upper 90s by this time next week. And we'll also be monitoring for some Saharan dust that could work in by Wednesday.
All right, thanks so much, Mia. And thank you for watching and joining us. GMSA starts tomorrow at 6, and we'll see you tomorrow evening.